freshman, and my mom is from Mexicali, Baja California. It's like 3 hours away from here, and my dad is from Acapulco.
My name is Connie, and I'm in 9th grade, and my mom is from China, and my dad is Chinese, but he's from Vietnam.
My name is Kathy Salazar. I'm in 10th grade, and both of my parents are from Mexico.
My name is Dennis Vo, and I'm a sophomore at First School UCSD, and both my parents came from Vietnam.
Hello, my name is Isela, and I'm in 11th grade, and my parents are from Mexico.
Hi, my name is Ann Du, and I'm currently a junior, and my parents immigrated from Vietnam.
Hi, my name is Jonathan. I am a senior, and my parents came from Mexico.
Okay. My name's Nina. I'm a senior at Preuss, and my mom's from Vietnam.
I think their goals were to get the right education opportunities, and because they came from like Mexico, so they mostly worked as very young. So I think they probably had an idea to also work here, but to help their family and their parents.
My parents' American dream was to have my brothers and I a good education. That was their most important goal, so that their children could go on and have a successful life.
My parents' American dream is to have opportunity, and that's opportunity also for me, and that's basically why they moved here. They wanted a better life and better living circumstances, and yeah, that's just basically what they're searching for.
I feel like that my parents' goal was to like achieve something and to get the American dream and have something for me, and to make me have a good education.
I think what they're trying to do is just establish a stable place to live, because in Vietnam they're really struggling to keep up a stable income, and since they had a really big family, I don't think they were able to actually control every single aspect of their lives. So I think they came to America to actually start a family and to actually be able to create a new life for themselves.
I feel like their American dream was to have a nice home, be economically stable, and have somewhere safe where their kids can live.
A big factor of that was to escape political persecution from the communist government, and a side product of that was just for me to achieve education in America and achieve the American dream of going to college, pursuing higher education, and getting a job, become a doctor. The typical stereotype of Asians becoming doctors or lawyers or engineers or high careers in the STEM field. I think that was a byproduct, but the main reason was to escape the communist government.
Achieve their dream. My parents own a gift shop in North Park. It's a Chinese gift shop where they sell things from our, culture. It's there's little bonsai plants and then bamboo and then Lucky Charms and stuff like that. And then my mom also does stock markets to help us out more.
My parents enrolled my brothers into a good school as well as a good college. They wanted me to come to the school because they thought that it was the best option, and so far to become citizens of this place, they took the test and they all passed, and they still want us to success.
Obviously they moved from Vietnam, and then they also learned a little bit of English. They were able to learn English throughout the times they've been in the United States, and it's honestly, from my point of view, it's kind of motivating to see, because obviously they're taking strides to have a better life and have better communication with the place they're living in, which is America.
Well, they had to work really hard, and they kept working hard to get what they wanted, and it took a lot of years, but it's something that they finally achieved.
I feel like the first steps that it took was finding a job. Second steps would be finding a nice place to live, finding somewhere accessible, somewhere where they feel safe, a place where they can find items easily without having trouble to transport that much.
Getting jobs that no one wants to do. I think it's similar in the aspect of Latino immigration or Hispanic immigration, where we're doing jobs that no one wants to do. So to get money, to put food on the table, to pay for rent, to put food over my head, so it's one less thing for me to worry about, and for me to just focus on education. I think they're doing the hard stuff that no one wants to do, so it's done.
The struggles will basically, because they had they had really bad financial issues, so they really didn't access opportunities such as other students, and they mostly had to receive support from teachers, but that was rare. And to get full scholarships for college was very difficult. Also, getting a ride to school was hard, and their parents weren't as supportive because they were always focused on getting a good job and finding money for home.
A challenge would be also owning the store because it's very slow business because not many people go because, I mean, it's like, because there's many other stores that sell.
They didn't know what school they wanted to enroll me and my brothers in, so they kind of like had to find out nice, good ones. And like since they came from Mexico, they didn't speak English very well, so that was kind of one of their struggles.
Struggle that they've had in achieving the dream is probably money. Being a low-income family, it's hard to come by with money, and then so they have to work jobs that are like immensely tiring, and it's also a pain to see because I go home like I go to school from like 9. School starts at 9 to like I probably sometimes around 6:30, most of the time, and they usually come home around the same time as me. My mom, depending on the schedule, because her schedule's mixed around. So yeah, it's mostly probably job and money and financial issues.
Well, struggling financially and just like not being able to like get some stuff for like what citizens have with advantages. So it's been really hard on them. So.
I don't feel like they've achieved the American dream yet, but some struggles that I see that they're going through is economic struggles. You know, having enough money to maintain our family, having enough money to enjoy themselves, because most of the money that they're getting is usually to pay bills or for groceries, and it's usually not for enjoyment.
Unfortunately, a lot of discrimination, you know, with race. The typical Asians suck at driving, they're too good at math, and we're marginalized in that sense. Aside from immigration, I'm pretty sure my mom has dealt with a lot of, you know, people talking down to her because she's from somewhere else, she's not from America. A lot of doubt. She's definitely had difficulty finding a lot of jobs because of her ability or lack of. My mom has also struggled a lot with being homesick and not being in her home. She's in a foreign country, and she's expected to live in the foreign country for the rest of her life. So that's a lot of challenges, and I really do respect her in that sense. And can't imagine if I was in that position, you know, being surrounded in a foreign country that I've never known, and just live my life there and be dropped off like that.
The similarity is that probably where we both are different like ethnicity of whites, and also we're basically still people of color, I guess we could say, but it's still like we come from different backgrounds and people might judge us, so that's what's similar, and I think that's the most important similarity, I guess, like for in America. And the difference, I don't really count as a difference. We speak different languages, so that's a difference. But I mean, yeah, I don't really see a difference. So
Asian immigration stories, it's more difficult for them because it's hard to come here to the United States from what I know of, and for how my family immigrated here, it was basically just like easier because it's right next to the United States.
I think they, like other immigrant families, they had a lot of struggles coming into the Americas. Like they had to go through like becoming a citizen and like going past like laws and stuff like that.
I don't really know much about the Asian immigration experience, but I do feel that I feel it might be slightly different because of the language barriers. And coming from Mexico, I at least had some understanding of what was going on because I am in San Diego. So Spanish is still somewhat of a known language in San Diego as well. So I had people to which I can talk to in Spanish. well, I feel like if like someone came from like a country in Asia, they wouldn't really have a language to connect to as well as I did like with Spanish.
Historically, it was more common in the, you know, period of the Vietnam War. I think a lot of Asians, they immigrate for similar purposes, whether it be having a goal, achieving the American dream of having their children go to America to get education, and I think it's part of that is also is just escaping either religious persecution, political persecution, and getting a better life here, because this is the beacon for opportunity.
That they've worked so hard to where they are now, and I'm very proud of them, and also for giving me a good life and a better life, and a good education, and like a good opportunity to apply here at First as well.
Mom, Dad, thank you for raising me. I know that I'm not a very good child. I don't listen to you guys that much, and I don't say this much, but like I care a lot about you guys, and I don't say this at all really, but I really love you guys. So, yeah.
What I want to say to my parents is thank you for giving me a good life and like inspiring me to do the best, and you know, like helping me and supporting me in what I decide to do.
My parents, and I appreciate y'all what you guys have done for me, and yeah.
I'll tell them that I'm very proud of them, that I'm very happy of where they are so far and where they got us to, and that I'm just very happy that, you know, that they're here to support me, and I'm here to support them.
Immigrant parents in general, I think that's so amazing, to sacrifice everything, literally drop everything they have at home to come into this foreign place where they don't know the language, they don't know anyone from that place, and they just, you know, raise their kids. And I think it's so prideful for them to do that, and they don't have enough credit sometimes from their children. It's incredible what they do, and their story's unique, and it deserves to be told, and they deserve the same rights we do. And I know right now in this political atmosphere it's so tough for them, but you know, their kids need to back them up